Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday night's Messages of Love from Above. And here we are at the end of another weekend. Can you believe it? Zoom on by. I'm excited, as always, to see what messages come through from Spirit this evening or this morning, depending on where you're at in the world. But before we do that, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you want to join me in doing that, I, of course, welcome that. Whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together, multiply beautiful, unconditional love energy out to the world. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And we just let that love flow down into our own heart and fill us up like a chalice. And everyone else gets the overflow out into the world, spreading the love, surrounding the planet, that it may spark each and every single heart higher and higher and higher in that unconditional love, higher frequency. And if you, of course, yourself need unconditional love in this moment for your own heart, your mind, your body, a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Just take it in like a big old bear hug. Very, very good. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and for allowing the space for that as well. Let me see here. Actually, I didn't turn on my light here. It's getting a little dark. Ta-da! There we go. See the light, right? And before we get into the readings, there still is a chance to get into my giveaway for tomorrow. Every Monday, I do have a giveaway where I give away at least one personal recorded reading. And tomorrow, I'm giving away 4 personal recorded readings. If you check out the video, it'll tell you how you can get into that and about the remaining giveaways that will be for the rest of the month, too. Also, each week I put out at least one pick a card reading, and the one I put out this last week was what you need to know about love right now. So if you want to check that out and any of my other pick a cards, I have a ton on my main page and I have some playlists out there if you want to check those out. And then also, I can't believe we are so far along in May already, but we do have a each month I put out a reading for each individual zodiac sign. And so you can check out that playlist as well. So I think that is everything that I wanted to jump in and talk about. I hope everyone had a great weekend and a great night's sleep for those of you that are in their Monday mornings out there. And I am going to get my desktop all set up here and we will get into the readings. If you are new to my channel or to these free readings, welcome. Good to have you here. We have a wonderful group of individuals that have a great sense of humor, huge hearts, which are very important, 2 very important things in our soul tribe, right? So welcome. And how the free readings work is we do go down the chat, first come, first serve. There's no special list or anything. The chat is the list. We keep it simple. And all you have to do is put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for general guidance or general reading. Spirit knows what you're looking for. We'll pull cards for that. And that's how that works. Usually pull a couple cards for those readings. Now, if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I prioritize those. And then I step out of the free readings. I go deeper and pull more cards for those readings. And then when I'm done, I step back into the free readings and continue going on down the list. Um, what else? What else? Well, to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the very bottom of the chat or in the pinned comment and the description box of the video. I have my PayPal, my Venmo, my Cash App, and my Square. So you can make a donation any of there. And there's no set dollar amount, as I always say. I know everyone's own finances vary from day to day, but I definitely vary from person to person, country to country, world to world, planet to planet. So whatever you are able to give is the perfect amount, and we'll honor those. I'm usually on for about an hour and a half to 2 hours or so. I try to get through as many free readings as I can. And I think that's it. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get started. I did switch out cards. I did a whole bunch of different readings. So put my other cards away that I've been using. And so tonight, on Sunday night only, I'm going to use the Chinese tarot. Got a couple oracle decks that we'll maybe use. We'll see how it goes. So we will get going here. So I do have a donation that just came through. Thank you so much, Eliza, for your donation. And then we will jump in. Whoops, let me make sure we've got the live chat going here. There we go. And then we will start at the free readings. So thank you so much, Eliza. I don't think you asked your question up above. Let me just see here. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful time. And I don't see a question. So if you want to pop your question in there, Lisa, we will definitely pull cards there for you. And while I wait for you to put the question there, I will start with the free readings just for the sake of time. So, Christy Okana, hey, hello, hello. Excuse me, and you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. And you are welcome for everything. Appreciate all your support. Let me move my coffee out of the way here. All right. Let's see what we've got going on here for you. All right. So you've got the Six of Staves and I'm sorry, the Six of Coins and the set. No, you got two sixes. No, 6 and 9. Gosh. All right. So starting off good here. Six of Staves, 9 of Coins, or 9 of Pentacles. And this is good. The Six of Staves is like this recognition that you are seen, you are cared for. I feel like the combination of these, the 9 of Pentacles is about, being in your own sense of worth in relationship to the outside world and this inner abundance that's coming in here. And I like this combination. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but it's an old Christian hymn back in the day when I was in organized religion. That was I don't know why I go into Southern accent. Probably because it was when I was in the South, in Texas. But there's a song about his eyes on the sparrow, and it's a beautiful, beautiful song because it talks about why should I worry, why should I fret, um, you know, uh, and it talks about the creator that they care for the sparrow and their eye is on the sparrow. So he definitely watches over me. And I like that. I feel like they're telling you that you are seen, you are known, you are supported, you're never alone. The spirit world is very aware of you. They're always caring for you. And they're developing this trust that you will always have everything you need in each moment. And this 9 of Coins, this 9 of Pentacles is a beautiful, beautiful kind of resemblance of that. Usually they're like someone in a garden by themselves with a bird, which is spirit. And it's just this wonderful feeling of inner security, inner abundance. And I like that for you. I just feel like it's if you haven't heard of that song before, if I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. If you just put his eyes on the sparrow, and you can hear the song. It's a beautiful, beautiful, touching song. So that is what they have for you, Christy. So many, many blessings to you. All right, Elisa, thank you so much for your donation and many blessings to you. You want to know, how does R compare you to A? Okay, whatever comes only. Okay. Well, yeah, that's oh, you mean don't be a snoop and dive into it deeper? All right, let's take a look here. So let's take a look here. So R compares you to A. All right. Okay. Well, there's two on this side and two on this side. So I feel like on this side, this is A, because you said compare you to A. So you're on this side, and then they have this on this side. So I feel like we'll start off with A, so you can kind of get a little baseline of what they're thinking here. Here's the ten of swords and the justice card. Justice, it does have to do with legal stuff, but the Ten of Swords is about letting go of expectations and freedom. And I feel like they're at this point, they're just letting expectations go and they're seeing things from a higher perspective. And so all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that they've had around A, they're letting go. They're just like releasing a lot and trying to see things from a different perspective. It's almost like there's this, I want to say, they feel like they judged them harshly and unfairly. Like they had a lot of pre existing conditions and all this stuff in their head going into it that they just feel like they almost tried to cage A, right? A, yeah, tried to cage A into all these things, and they did not want to be caged, and so that's where all these differing opinions of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's happened. So I feel like right now there's a little bit of guilt, I think, with it, and they're trying to open up more in approaching how they look there, how they interact with them, if that makes sense. More free and allowing them to be more themselves and not trying to control things like they did. And then when they look at and compare to you, you're more, it's like more emotion based here. The Knight of Cups is movement of emotion. And the comparison here is like the unknown, the mystery, the deep hidden in that. So this feels like a lot of newness, freshness, not a whole lot of expectation that has come in yet from this. Which doesn't mean that they won't, but they are trying to learn to let people be free. But I feel like there's this mystery and it's more emotional. It's like when you don't have expectations on someone, like when we first meet someone and um, we didn't expect to meet them, when they come in, they're like this, right? And we're like, wow, look at how amazing they are because we didn't have any expectations, but expectations tend to sneak into relationships, right? Because we have all these preconceived ideas, and the more time we spend with someone, the more they rise, and the more they rise, and we expect more, and we expect things, and so they become less and less amazing, right? And eventually, like in the case where you get into a committed relationship, engagement, and then marriage, suddenly there's all these expectations, someone feels lower, right? So that's why when we meet someone new, or while we're in a relationship and we meet people and we think they're so amazing compared to the person we're with, it's because they have not yet entered the expectation realm. That's why you'll see a lot of times that someone will be with someone and they meet someone and they leave this person for this one, but then the expectations go up and then they leave that for one, this new one that they don't have any expectations on. So that rises and you can kind of see going, it keeps going back and forth because it's the expectations and all these thoughts and beliefs that suck the life out of relationships. So I feel like that's like the what they're wanting to show here because they also have the 4 of Cups dead in the center. So they had 2 cards and 2 cards, which is the comparison. And the 4 of Cups is pretty much what I just said. The 4 of Cups usually has 3 cups that are set that someone's really bored with because they keep looking for it and they thinking that it's going to fulfill them. But someone who goes from relationship to a relationship to another relationship, thinking that it's going to make them happy, um, they miss the common denominator, that this person is the one that's in each relationship. And until they're happy on the inside, no one in the outside world is going to make them happy for very long, because they're going to become impatient with, where's this happiness I'm supposed to get? But it's not, they have to find it inside of them, not outside of them. So that is what is coming through, Elisa. So hopefully that is helpful. Again, thank you so much for your donation. And we will continue down with the free reading. So, Anya Ahuya, you are up next. Should you move on from the Aquarius? No, you should never leave Aquarians. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a little bit, I forget what that's called. My brain just went blank. But they're like, shut up and pull cards. So I will pull cards. Is it for your highest experience to move on from the Aquarius? Because there is no shoulds in the spirit realm. There is simply lower vibrational decisions and higher vibrational decisions, lower experiences, higher experiences. And neither of them is wrong. Um, no, you've got the Justice card coming in here with the Three of Pentacles. Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles is about being true to the authentic you. And this Justice card is like the balancing of expectations that you have around relationships, right? There's usually they have the ace. Yeah, this is what they have right here. They have this big ace of swords here. And there's usually scales somewhere too, which is connecting to the higher, seeing things from a higher perspective, which allows us to cut away the fears of losing conditional love. Like with the combination of both of those together, too, the Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles, is about trying not to be swayed, to the left or to the right from our authentic path because of fearing losing someone's support or having someone get upset because we're not living up to their expectations, doing what they think we're supposed to do and should do and need to do and have to do. So there is this freedom that's coming in here. And I feel like it's an important stage of your life to really say, this is what I want. And I'd almost feel like it's not an ultimatum, because Aquarians do not like ultimatums, but it's the sharing. Aquarians sometimes, I mean, they're water bearers, even though they're air signs. They compartmentalize their emotions and they forget to give them. So, what I feel Spirit is saying is, it's a very powerful thing to share with someone. Going, you know what? This is what I would like from you, with a relationship or an interaction. What do you think? And if they're like, I don't think I can give that to you, you're like, thank you for your honesty. And then you're gone, right? Uh, I feel like it's important for you to express how you feel and what you're looking for, you know, putting the fears aside, right? Because you get to be your authentic self. And it's better to have asked and known than not ask and leave and not know. And so I feel like if you will bring it up and just ask them for the honest answer, they'll give you one. And if it's not what you want, then you know your answer and you don't have to always wonder. And I like that for you. So that is what is coming in for you, Anya. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Let me just move this up a little bit. There we go. All right, Starfall. Hello, hello. So, can we take a look at what it is that would make you really happy in the first 2 weeks of June? So, all previous reading is that you're going to be really, really happy, but they didn't tell you what it was, right? Because we were doing one cards or something. Let's take a look here and get into some more details. What is this that's going to make you happy in the first 2 weeks? Well, a couple things. You got the Lovers card coming in here, so it is a significant relationship that is coming in for you here. And I feel like it's dual. You have one side of it is in the physical world with a human. So it's either a lover, like a romantic relationship, or it could be even a best friend or reconnection with someone in your family. But it is definitely an important relationship that is ignited within the first 2 weeks of June. The duality that I see from it is because the strength card here, this is your human self, the tiger, and then this is your higher self. So this close friendship relationship is also has to do with this kind of I want to say an upgrade. That sounds too impersonal. It's just this more intimate relationship that you have with your higher self that opens up the spiritual world for you. So you just have this beautiful connection to the unconditional love from up above with your higher self, just some wonderful opening of the heart, which then opens up the outside world of you being able to give and receive love at a different level too. And so I definitely feel like this has to do with both a spiritual relationship with the higher realms, with your higher self and your posse, and then also to an individual in the human world. Something that they were bringing into me right now is if you haven't gotten to know, gotten, you like my English, you just gotten. It's my southern influence in Texas. That's what I blame it on anyway. But if you haven't gotten to know, I can say it again. If you haven't um, like introduced your not introduced yourself to them because I know who you are, but it can be introducing yourself, going, "Hey, you know who I am, but I'd like to know who you are more." And it's like asking of that because it was something really cool that just happened a couple of weeks ago for me. I connect to spirit and I connect it to as this huge collective, and that's how I connect to everyone's guides, and it's like this huge, massive billion collective that is just. Woof. But someone had mentioned, have you ever like discovered who your like spirit guides are? And I'm like, well, and I feel them, but I haven't like sat down with them, and it's amazing because I discovered four of them, and it was just made it more personal. So I feel like that is maybe something if that interests you, just talk to them and see what comes. Just open your mind and just have a conversation. So I like it. So that's what's coming through Starfall. So many blessings for you. All right. Day one. Welcome, welcome. So, whatever comes out, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Let's take a look here. All righty. I like this manifestation energy that you have here because you have the Page of Coins, the Page of Pentacles, which does represent like new opportunities opening up in the outside world for you, in abundance and coming in. The Magician card, of course, is the master manifester, and with their mighty magic wand, they're able to focus on things, and whatever they focus on grows and expands. So, an important thing to realize here, it shows what we speak, but it's where we invest our energy. We're so powerful. We are co-creators in our life. And we talk about it a lot in this channel because it comes through in the cards so much. Spirit wants us to know how powerful we are because we're taught we're at the whim of everything else in the outside world, and our worth is dependent upon all these things that are unstable, and it just takes us off in this little loop that takes us out of power. And we're actually taught to focus our energy on what we fear. What we fear will leave our life, and what we fear will come in, right? And when we do that, what are we doing? Our energy is repelling the things out of our life that we fear will leave, and it's drawing in the things we fear will come in. We're self-fulfilling prophesiers or prophets. I guess that's how you would say it. Uh, and it's like, oh, so when we focus on what we're missing, we tell the universe, I really enjoy missing so many things. Can you help me miss some more? And they're like, absolutely, let's do it. Or I focusing on what I don't like in my life. I'm like, I really enjoy not liking things in my life. Can you give me more things to not like? Sure. And when we realize what we're doing with our energy, we're like, well, I should stop looking at that stuff that like, yeah, you should. Well, I should stop looking over there. They're like, yeah, you should. Or you could. There's no shoulds. You could when you're ready. There's no wrong or right. It just brings us different experiences. And so when we look over here with that magician, with that power, we look over and go, you know what? If I focus on what I'm grateful for, then I'm telling the universe, I enjoy being grateful for things. Can I have some more things to be grateful for? And like these others, they're like, sure, let's bring it in. They don't look at it going, no, do you really want that? They're like, no, this is what you're wanting. They bring it. They just know we're here for those experiences. And whichever one we pick, neither right, neither wrong, just different. But they bring us different things. So I like this for you, Dylan. It's like as you focus on what you're grateful for, this energy switches and changes, and it brings in new opportunities, brings in abundance, brings in these things in the outside world to you. So I like it for you, and that is what they have. So many blessings for you. All right. So, Cheery, you are the next free reading up. Hello, hello. So, what kind of inner work does your spouse need to do before you meet? Is he working on or just playing around? You crack me up. What is up? Is that exasperation emoticon there, rolling the eyes, going, come on, get busy." You're funny. You are funny. All right. Well, I like this because we've got the 6 of Wands and we have the Knight of Wands. So this is them saying, "No, no, no, I'm working, I'm working, I'm working." Knight of Wands is like the fastest moving knight. In fact, they might be passing you up, Cheery. You better hurry up. But they are definitely, there's a lot of fire energy here. So they are definitely putting a lot of energy into that. The 6 of Wands here, the 6 of Staves, represents like their inner work that they're doing is based on where are they trying to get recognition from, and they're realizing with that when they get the recognition from the outside world, it just feels empty for them, and so they are turning inward and upward, finding something that is more meaningful for them, because it's like, they do something really big and complete stuff. And like here in the United States, if someone gives you a $5 Starbucks card for Starbucks coffee, that's like, a little sampler these days. It's like, gee, thanks. It's like someone giving someone a quarter, like this, or a penny, the smallest piece. They think it's a big tip, and they're just like, I think you need that more than I do. Why didn't you just keep it? That's the kind of what they're realizing is like, wow, it's empty. This recognition from the outside world feels empty to them. And so they're realizing where they're putting their validation, where they're putting their worth. And so it's very a strong thing that they're doing. So, and they're going gangbusters after it. So, like I said, Cheery, you better keep going. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you there. You're welcome, day one. All right. So, self love, you are up next. And you like a message from your higher self. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. What would your higher self like you to know right now? Okay. What else? All right. All right. I just put this one back in, but it's coming back out. There is a lot of movement coming up here for you in the near future. You've got the Knight of Wands, which is fastest moving knight out of them all. Yeah, it is the Knight. At first I thought, is that the king? No, but it is the Knight. So it is fast movement. It's the horse that's on fire, right? And then you have the 6 of Swords. And 6 of Swords normally has someone in a boat that's moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. And it is change of mind, moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking that does help you move forward. So, this movement that's coming in here, when it starts in the mind, right? And then it moves to its way to the outside world and creates action in the outside world. So, I feel like you really are going to be making some changes in your life, and there is a movement that's coming forward. So, could be. I mean, if you're looking to move to a different location, I feel like that is definitely a possibility. If you're looking at moving jobs or friendships, relationships, education. There is this movement and a lot of supported energy around it. So if you're wanting to change things, perfect energy right now to do it. And it is, like I said, very supported by the spirit realm. So that is what's coming in. That's what your higher self wants you to know. It's time to move it. All right. And that's what they have for you, self-love. So many blessings. Hey, Alex. All right. I love reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about love right now. All right. Dang it. I know. I think I probably get more upset about it than you guys do when you get a patience card or a slow movement card when it comes to love, because I want you guys to have love. But the Seven of Pentacles is what's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So there is the slow movement towards it. And I feel like it speeds up and slows down, speeds up and slows down, and which is all right. It's better than sitting like in if you ever sit in traffic and you're just sitting at a dead stop. At least sometimes when oh we get to move, okay, well we have to stop again. At least it was like I feel like I'm making progress, right? That's what kind of feel like what you're going through. You have the Two of Cups, which does show love coming your way, right? Two of Cups, yep. So there is love headed your way here. And the stop and go, the stop and go. We have the Page of Swords, which is connecting to the higher realms, to those capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, which allows you to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have kept you restricted regarding love in the past. So, there is this clearing away of those things. And that's what happens. That's where when the stop comes in, or the slowing down at least comes in, because it's giving you time to cut away some more fears. It's almost like what they're showing me is like you move up 10 steps in towards love, and then they give you a little information around higher truths, and they show you some old beliefs that don't serve you, and you're like, oh yeah, and you chunk them off, and then you go 10 more steps. They're like, here's a couple more, and you're like, oh thanks. Instead of giving you like 200 things all at once, they're giving it to you in steps as you move towards that. And then also, of course, the other person, as Cherry said, is also working on themselves, and so the slowing process is like they are leap forward, and then they learn some stuff, and then they leap forward too. So you're both making steps towards it. It's just not on the what are they called? The express lane. It's more stuck in slow moving love traffic, but you're making progress. You're definitely getting closer and closer to meeting each other. So that's what's coming through. So many blessings to you, Alex. You are very welcome, Starfall. All right, Stella, you're up next. So, what changes need to be made in your life? So, what we'll ask here, because as we say, the spirit world doesn't judge. They're not like, oh, you should do this or need to, have to, must. They're like, you could do this. And our life is all about we have a minimum experience that we will have if we come in here and do no inner work. And then there's the highest experience, the highest level of expression of our life, where if we do inner work and we put effort into our life. And so, what we generally kind of reroute it, and they're bringing in that clarity for everyone that's listening. We ask, what can I do? Um, like, what recommendations or advice do you have so that I can help me towards my highest experience? So that's what we're going to rephrase it as, because you are perfect as you are. It's just like, what do I want to change in my life to have even a better, higher experience? Not really better, just it's different, but it's a higher experience, a higher love vibrational experience, right? So let's take a look here now that we've mentioned all that. All right. So, what do they recommend? What can you do? Wow. Yeah. So, you got the Page of Swords and the Five of Swords. So, the Page of Swords is what really helps with this inner mental conflict here. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations, and all of that. And we will have the human side of us saying these things are supposed to, should, need to, have to, must. They're rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. And then we have our spirit side going, no, there's this freedom. You don't have to do all that, but there's this battle that goes on inside of us because there is two of us living this human experience. Our human that's rooted in fear of losing conditional love and failure and rejection. It fears that. And then our higher self, which is rooted in unconditional love, no conditions. So there's this battle that goes on. But this Page of Swords comes in here, and they have the Ace of Swords, which allows you to see things from a higher perspective, allows you to connect to the unconditional love, and it opens up things. So the changes that we can make are spending time connecting to our higher selves in the spirit world and finding these beliefs, the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional, free. It's so different from what we're taught in the human world about supposed tos and shoulds and fear, 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 fear. If you don't do this, you're not lovable, you're not acceptable, you're rejectable, you're going to fail, you're going to get ostracized, you're going to die on this, edge of town because everyone's going to hate you and you're going to starve to death and you're going to get eaten by wolves. you know, you're like, what? But it goes extreme because that's where fear takes us. But the more we connect to the higher realms, we see the peacefulness, the joy, and we're connecting more to the power of who we really are. If you want to check something out that could help, I have a free YouTube series called U times two. If you go to my main page, my it's a playlist towards the bottom. It's called Series, I think. And the first one, it's you times two. And it's all about getting to know the two of us that are living our human experience and how to bring this bond together. So if you want to check that out, it's totally free. It's like 40 total videos. And don't worry, they're not like hours long. They're like anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes each, usually more towards the 10-15 minute mark. But you can check that out. All right. So that's what they have for you, Stella. So many blessings for you. And up next, we got Dollface Diva. Hello, hello. So you'd like a general for next week. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know for next week? All right. So you have Confucius and you have the Page of Wands. So there is this new passion, this new drive that is igniting for you next week. This is like the Judgment card, which is normally our higher selves calling us to a higher place. I like that they have it, Confucius, very wise being that encourages us to go beyond the norm, to step out from the box that we've had our end of the old thinking and challenge our concepts, challenge the thoughts and beliefs that we've had before, because there's something more for your life here. And this Page of Wands tells me that you get an inkling of what that is for next week. And it's like you want to move forward toward it. It's something outside the box, outside of the norm. And it's taking you off in this direction that you didn't think that you'd want to go. That's not necessarily true. They're like, you wanted to do good, you wanted to always go there, but you've never allowed yourself to feel that it's okay to go there. That's more accurate. So that is what is coming in, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you for next week. So blessings, blessings. All right, and Virgo girl, you are up next, and you would like a general reading. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. And thank you guys for all the thumbs up that you give in the video. It does definitely help spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of the love tsunami. All right. So Virgo girl, you got the little temperance card coming in here, which is the balancing. Things are slowly unfolding. You have the Nine of Cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment. It's one of kind of the wish fulfillment cards that we have. And the temperance is that it's taking time. It is unfolding, though. And I kind of feel like it's just like an encouragement not to give up hope, that it takes time when that's going back and forth, the tempering of changing a base metal to gold. It takes time as it's going back and forth. It is transforming. Your life is transforming from moment to moment. It just is hard to realize it when we are like with ourselves all the time, because we don't see the change, right? It's only like someone who hasn't seen us for a month or two and they're like, "Oh my god, you look so different." And you're like, "What?" Because we're with ourselves every day. We see the changes, beep, 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 little, you know, millimeter by millimeter by millimeter, where people see like feet of change because they don't see us. So when we go back and look at yourself like a year ago, you'll blow yourself away. You'll be like, "Wow, I really have changed things." When you go back and think a year ago what you were doing and what you were focusing on, what fears you had, what anxiety you had, now you're just like, yeah, you feel so much more free and you're so much different, right? So I like that. They're just letting you know that things are changing. You are headed towards your dreams step by step. Just take a look back and see how far you've come. So I like it. All right. Temperance. Ah. All right. So many blessings to you, Virgo girl. All right, Diva Boo. Hello. You would also like a general reading. So let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What else? All right. All right. So you do have here, you've got the Justice card and the Six of Swords. I feel like this came out for someone too, but these, I put these totally indifferently, and here they come out again. Must be in the air, but you definitely are having a movement and a change of thought and belief and mindset. You're seeing things from a higher perspective. You're cutting away like significant beliefs that have held you back in the past, because you have movement forward here. And in addition to all that, you also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the number 10, endings and new beginnings that come in. The wheels are turning that give you this, even your human side agrees that the changes that are coming are for you. It's the wheel of the tune of for you, the fortune, right? And everything always in our lives. It's a spoiler alert, everything in our life happens for us, but not a spoiler alert. Our human definitely does not always agree because it's like, why on God's green earth would I want that to happen for me? Sarcastically, right? But when we're able to see things later, we see it. But with the Wheel of Fortune, that tells us that even our human is in agreement that, yeah, this is for me. So it's a very positive outcome. These changes that you are releasing, the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos, these ways of thinking that are rooted in fear, you're transforming them and you're seeing things from a different perspective that opens up the floodgates. So I'd like that for you, Diva Boo. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And so Ty SJ, you are up next. So what do your boyfriends think of you after meeting you? Do they approve of you? Tough cookies if they don't. They better worry about pleasing you. Boom. Let's take a look here, though. We will answer your question. But your guides are sassy. So, yeah, I feel like it depends on who you ask, which is so true, because everyone that like whoever looks at me, um, there's going to be different opinions because I'm a mirror. And so when you look at me, you're going to see what you recognize in yourself that you recognize in me. And I would say, you never know when like with their friends, if you're a mirror. So when a monkey looked at into you as a mirror, they saw a monkey. A lion sees a lion. A squirrel sees a squirrel. So We have the 5 of staves here, the 5 of wands. I feel like at least one of them, when they met you, it felt kind of conflicting, like, it almost feels like a little abrasive, like you might have thought, "What a jerk," but then the 5 is a transformation. It's like there's conflict, but then things work themselves out, and it might even be like they might be the one that you end up being closest to of their friends because they, in the beginning, just "Rawr," and then others, 8 of cups, we have here where people walk away from emotions that no longer serve, and, there is this, they feel like your boyfriend was walking away from relationships and things that don't serve him, and that he's headed towards like a wish fulfillment, which tells me that they did approve of you, that they do see it as like, all right, you are a dream come true for them, in a way that they're saying like, yeah, they like you for him. And like back to, we have the Chariot card here, which is victory, positive movement, but it's all that power of choice too. So it comes down to, it depends on, when we ask what people think of us, it changes moment by person. If someone's not feeling good, they don't feel as good about you as they did a moment ago. Then they're feeling really good. They really love you. That's the fickleness of looking at people's opinion of us in the outside world, and why they came up with that, phrase that says people's opinion of you is none of your business, because they're seeing through their own eyes, their own filters. We don't know what they see. They're looking in a mirror. So I like the freedom that comes from them telling you that. But they were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. They do think you're a dream come true for them, and they approve. Um, and then there's that one sassy whatever one that was a little resistant in the beginning, right? You might be knowing who that is. But they came around very fast. And like I said, I feel like you almost are going to end up being closer with that one that you had like a within the beginning, because they like that you don't back down as well. So I like that for you. And that is what they have for you, Ty SJ. So many blessings to you. Right. Patty, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation, so I shall return. Hey, James, thank you so much for your donation. Appreciate that. You want to know, what are Patty J's feelings towards you? Is she into you romantically? Does she want to date you? All right, let's take a look here and see. You're very welcome. Let's see what's going on here. See what their energy is like today. So, what are Patty's feelings towards you? Those are those. And is there romantic? Okay. They wanted that one, and they wanted that one for that. Oh, I did totally bypass it, Amy. How did I miss that? Well, I probably thought you were Eliza's because it's the same color. Thank you, Amy. I will be right to you. I'm already pulling cards for James, so I apologize. I will be right to you next. What are you gonna do with me? What are you gonna do? All right, so let's take a look here. Feel like we got some of these before for them here, James. Um, so their feelings for you. We've got the Queen of Cups. It's very deep. She rolls over emotion, and she is actually the master of emotion, because all the queens are given a second portion of cups. So she not only co-rules over emotion, she's the master of it. And the Seven of Cups, emotional confusion. So what are their feelings towards you? All over the place. She's got deep emotions that are bubbling down in there. Um, and But definitely there's a variety of different emotions that she's feeling. um as far as romantically here, um I feel like those are, the Seven of Cups includes that. There's romantic feelings there. There's just a variety of different feelings, but there's confusion around it all. And we've got the Hanged Man here, which they call this the hanging ghost, but the Hanged Man, which is all about, it's taking time to unravel, it's taking time to unfold. And we have the 3 of coins here, which the 3 of coins has to do it's the 3 of pentacles, like them looking into being true to their authentic selves. So this pause here is they're really trying to understand who they are, what they want. They're trying not to be driven off into like off their path by other people's opinions of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's, which I like for them that they're standing up and they're trying to figure things out. But I feel like that's why they're in such a place of confusion right now, is because there's some fear in there about, well, people want me to do this, but I don't want to do that. People want me to do this, but I don't want to do that. And they're almost afraid to stand up for themselves. And so I almost feel like we have the Queen of Coins here too, which is Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth. They're kind of taking time focusing on them right now. So as far as dating here, let me just take a look and see um, is that in the cards here? Yeah. I feel like there will be movement here because we do have the 3 of swords, which is the fears of rejection, fears of not meeting up to things, right? And the 6 of swords is we're literally leaving behind the 3 swords and moving forward. So I feel like they do. I just feel like they have to get through this fearful period of others, what people will are wanting and thinking for their life, but there definitely is um I just really like this for them at this point in their life, that they're learning to stand up for themselves and choose themselves, and uh, not be afraid, because I feel like once they step out and they're courageous and they're just like, this is who I am, then things start moving forward for the two of you as well. But I feel like they just uh, show themselves in a different light, and not so, not that they're a huge people pleaser now, but they really care about what people think a lot, and they're getting over it, which is good, right? Well, except for you, right? They have to care what you think, but not like, in a huge way. You know what I'm saying? But I like it for you. I feel like that she's really ready just to step up and be who she wants to be, and I like that. So I definitely see the that movement with the 6 of swords is movement from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, and the releasing of those, moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. So that's when things start moving forward. So that is what is coming through, James. So hopefully that helps. I know I wanted more at this point, but I feel like it's just allowing them on their journey and just stand back with pride and that they're stepping forward. I like it. All righty. And Amy, thank you so much for your patience. Totally went flying by there. So thank you for your understanding, and thank you for your donation. And you want to know, how does your friend Evan, the Scorpio, feel towards you? Do you think he sees you as attractive? Ooh, all right. So let's take a look here. What does Evan, the Scorpio? Okay. So what we got here? All right. Well, it looks like here Evan's kind of going through a little bit of a transformation themselves here. The 8 of Cups is that they're leaving behind some emotions and people that no longer serve them. And they're really here with the Page of Swords looking at cutting away the old ways that they're thinking and expectations. And I feel like they're kind of caught up in their head and in this process. I don't know if it doesn't feel like they've gone through like a super recent breakup, but I feel like they were holding on. And with this release, they're deciding, like, you know what, these emotions that I feel, this hope that I was feeling, these expectations and these thoughts, they've been doing a lot of inner uh, reflection, because they also have here the Six of Swords and the Chariot. Chariot is movement, and this is movement too, mental movement, but it resulted in this outer movement of this thing, going, right? So I do like this, that this is happening, because it just shows that they are leaving. I feel like they're leaving stagnant waters that they were in, and so I feel like there will be things that are bubbling up and changing here, for them. But I don't feel like there's not this recognition of what's in front of them yet. I feel like they've been so focused on their own choices, on their own journey, on their own processes, that they've been like distracted, and um, not looking outwardly for that type of love or romance or attraction, or anything like that. I just feel like they've been really, I don't want to say self-consumed, but self-consumed. But they're ready here. They're ready to start this journey here. We've got the Fool card, which is the first card in the major arcana, and they've left the World card, which is leaving the old world behind, ending of old cycles, beginnings without expectations. It's like they want this adventure without any limitations on it right now. um, Possibly their last relationship was someone that was pretty controlling, it feels like, and they just want to be kind of on an adventure, and not so much, have this, type of super defined interactions, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna get some clarification here. I feel like they needed to give you the story about a man named Brady, right? But let's take a look here. And so let's get clarity, um, just about what is in the future here. Okay. All right. So I see why here. The Six of Pentacles, there was like they were very involved in kind of like a codependent relationship. So this is what, I see why that they felt very, it was out of balance, and they overgave and didn't get a whole lot out of it. And so they're wanting to just be kind of free and move forward in the time here. But I asked, like, what are the emotions and attractiveness? Well, we definitely have the Lovers here, which means it's a significant friendship relationship. So they do look at you as important in their life. In the Magician, there is some, this is fiery, passionate attractiveness. So there is attraction there with the Magician card. And I like this here, that they um like I feel like, with the Lovers card, it's hard when there's attraction there, but they don't want to ruin it, right? But they with that Lovers card, it's not necessarily romantic, but it definitely is. Yeah, like, you're an important part in their life, and there's attraction. But you know how it is. It's like, well, do you want to be my close friend forever, or date me for a while and then be out of my life? It's like, hmm. So I feel like with what they're going through, they're ready for this new adventure. And I would almost, it just feels like Spirit is saying, try not to have expectations and try to put definition around things. Enjoy them for who they are, allow them to be who they are, and just, I don't want to say be their buddy, but like be their be their Samwise, you know, Frodo and Sam, how they went on these adventures. I know there was a romantic story in there. I don't know. But it's like there's this journey together. not even supporter. It just feels like, you know, just someone who doesn't have expectations and judgments and stuff, and it's just, it's just a true friend. And that's the great thing is that, I always say that, yeah, hang in person one day. Yeah, it definitely can be. But it definitely is this, best friends, and it eventually comes to, this type of thing. So if you have not hung out in person, this is great. You're, a great friend and stuff. And, um, it doesn't hurt to like new adventures. Go, what they like. Do you guys have common interest? If you are living in the same town or close in the same state or whatever, go, hey, have you ever thought of going to blah blah blah? I don't want it to be weird, but you want to go and do this, and they're like, yeah. Oh, different colleges, yeah. Yeah. Or, are you able to go visit, meet halfway somewhere, or like, "Hey, spring break, where you going?" Or "What are you doing on this break?" You know, Do you wanna go do blah, blah, blah?" It doesn't never hurts you know, uh to put forth that, but just without expectation, without any ulterior motives, it's just getting to know them and being a great friend. And that's what I feel like is the the road to travel right now, is what I feel from spirit. So hopefully that makes sense. And I know we want more, 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 but for right now, they're saying this is what they need, and this is what, if you do anything different, it kind of just, I don't think they're ready for anything serious. And they are kind of shy, like relationship shy because of what they went through. And they're just ready to let that cement dry, and then things can be different, going forward. Yeah. Oh, well, good. Well, good. So, yeah. I like it, so that's perfect. You're like, "Right now." But maybe next week, they're walking a thin line with me. Alright, so that's what they have for you, Amy. Thank you so much for your donation, and sorry I bypassed it. So we will, take a look here. Alright. So, Ty SJ, I actually completed your free reading already. Uh, Probably maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes ago. I can't believe it's been an hour already. Um, so if you want to rewind and if you want to ask an additional question, since you donated, I definitely will do that. If you want to rewind and listen to what I said, and if you have additional questions, we can do that. Does that sound good? Because I don't want to pull cards for the same thing. And then, you're like, wait a minute. I'd rather give you additional information or answer another question, for you. So if you want to check it out, let me know. All right. And then I will continue on here. I do have another donation, so I'll do that. And then in the meantime, if you, pop your additional question, then we can do that for you too. All right. All right. Love 43. Thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And you want to know what message do guides have for you? Absolutely. I feel like we want to pull from the Oracle of E here to start off. And then we will pull some tarot for you too. So let's see, what do your guides want you to know right now? Okay. I believe these cards are pretty funny too. But you got smooth and easy, card number 28. And let's see what little message they have that comes with this here. And it says, "You're on easy street, my friend. The Red Sea has parted, and you are now free to roam the planet. All obstacles have disappeared. Doors and windows are flying open. There is not one thing that can stop you. Wow, I like that. So it's like everything is full go for you. So you can definitely move forward and obstacles are falling away. Kind of feel like you've been doing some significant reflection on kind of maybe earlier childhood things and you're realizing the out of balance kind of rate of exchange you had in your life around worthiness of receiving. I feel like you've cleared some great barriers that have fallen, and that's why I feel like there's this abundance that's flooding and headed your way. But let's take a look here and see what they want here with the tarot. Okay, those three here. What else? Those three there, three, and okay, and those three there, and those two there. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what we've got here. So your first three here. Okay, yeah. So I see here, this is like what you've been doing here. I see that you've been on the hermit's journey um, for a little bit with the Knight of Pentacles too, because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. So it feels like it almost like you're ready for this flow, this easiness to come in, because it feels like it's just been like a journey that's taken forever. You know, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And you have the Ace of Cups with through all this too, which was part of what was going on. Um, so there's this, you know, focusing on the self-love and going above and journeying up to higher and higher love vibration. And so this is what's been going on here in this focus, this inner focus. So I feel like it's been kind of not lonely, but you've been alone, but not lonely. And so you've been doing this inner work, and it required kind of people to be at a distance and kind of pocket it away from you for a while here too. But oh yeah, you are ready here. So here's the Eight of Coins, which does tell you that you've been doing the work, the inner work, and now things are unfolding. It's like the apprentice who did all the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and they're becoming the master. So whatever the work that you've been putting into, that's what's unfolding. That's the abundance. So if it was relationships, you're going to see relationships have to move up or out. If it's work, you have to move up or out. It's like things can't stay the way they were. I like the Confucius coming in too with all of this, because this is like your higher self. It's usually the judgment card in the standard tarot, which tells you that you are called to this higher place. It's like you realizing too that where you were headed and what you were doing, it's like you were existing and you're really ready to live. And you've been, again, like I said, doing all this inner work here. I mean, here's the Magician card, your higher self too. So you've got two cards with your higher self in this alone, but you really seeing what you want to do, how you want to express the unconditional love in your heart with the world. So you are, becoming this conduit, and you are ready to step forward and do something more. Um, I don't know, it feels like you're living your soul purpose, instead of checking off things in your mind about what you're supposed to do and should do and need to do. Feel like you're really realizing um, how the decisions in your life before, were like what other people wanted, and where every people were, living your life for other people, sacrificing your dreams type of thing, right? So I feel like that's what was going on with that. And again, and then your next three cards here, pretty much the same thing because you got the strength card, which is your human and your higher self in this wonderful connection. You've also got here, this is the Knight of Cups. So that is the pursuit, they quest after the Ace of Cups, which is what you had, here. So, you've been on this quest, you've been on this journey, And this is what is coming because of it. So all of this is like what's behind the emperor that you are. That's Aries energy, which is new beginnings, new fire, new things coming to fruition, and it matches your beautiful orange donation chat because I have it right, almost right next to it. It's just wonderful. It's like this great expression of your soul purpose. It's just the emperor. One of the things that I see with the emperor is like they're in this beautiful huge throne room with all these advisors yakking in their ear about what you're supposed to do and should do and need to do and have to do and must do to go forward in life and for the betterment of the empire and the kingdom. And at some point, the king says, "Thank you, everybody. Now, everyone get out of the throne room. I need to make decisions." And they make decisions because it's their life, it's their empire, right? And I feel like this is what has been happening here. You've been doing a super, super reflection here, and you're ready now. You are ready to step forward. That magician and the emperor together with this awareness and connection to your higher self. You're at a level that you have never been in your entire life of self-awareness. Capital S self-awareness and small s self-awareness. I got to be careful how fast I say that. Because here you've got the devil card, which is a huge, again, and you've had several major arcana here, but that Saturn energy, which is um, they're the huge taskmaster that really make you look at all of your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around things that you've been the foundation of your life since you were very young, all the popular opinions, like the emperor blabbing blabbing blabbing, the supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, blah blah blah. And it's the challenging, it's the releasing of it, it's the freeing of it. And then here comes the four of staves, joy, celebration, balanced energy. It's also celebration, a party, could be wedding, could be your own wedding for all you know. But there's this wonderful flow headed forward. It's a very joyful and celebratory. Is that a word? Energy that's coming here. So, and that makes sense with it being because it came out right with the devil card too. Saturn energy is you do the work, you get the reward. It's like an old grandpa, rich grandpa who's so successful that gives you a ton of little tasks to do, but they're teaching you how they became wealthy and how they were successful. When you do the work, you get the reward. And so the reward is what is coming now. Again, it's over and over reiterated here to be proud of the work that you've done, the inner work, the connection to the higher place. And um, you don't have to be afraid about making decisions for you, and can thank people for their little advice. Thank you for your advice and for your input. However, or not even however, thank you. And then this is what I'm going to go do. So you don't have to listen to all the blah 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 jabber jabber jabber. You get to decide and you get to move forward bravely and empowered. So I like this. This is what your guides want you to know, that they recognizing all the work that you've done. The reward is here. The floodgates are coming open. And what was your card here? Now it's going to be smooth and easy compared to what has been going on, right? You've been doing the work. Now here comes the reward. So I love this for you, Love 43. Absolutely. So that is what they have. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. So thank you so much. Oh, wow. Oh, so sorry. Oh, okay. So sorry, Ty SJ. Evidently, my little human brain is tired because it totally read that as the same thing as you asked before. So I see now that it is definitely different. Did your boyfriend like how you interacted with his friends, and how did he feel? I get you. So we will cover that, and then, let me make sure. Then, "Hey, Rhonda, Rhonda," then you'll be a next Rhonda. All right. So let's take a look here. That's great. So there was one that you're like, "Ooh," but I really feel like you're gonna end up, like, closer to that one than any of the others. So, all right, so let's take a look here. How did your boyfriend like how you interacted with his friends? And I know we we try to we want everyone to be pleased with our actions, but you can't please all the people all the time because you can give someone the world and they could still choose to be unhappy, right? So try not to put a lot of pressure on yourself. Be you, really. I mean, who wouldn't, you know, um, like you for you? Only people without souls, and people without souls we don't care about, do we? All right. So let's take a look here. How did your boyfriend feel here? All right. Yeah, so you have the 2 of Pentacles, very balanced, um, and, the, 8 of coins here too, 8 of Pentacles. So they, do see the hard work and the work that you put in to try to balance things and keep things, even keel between you and their friends, and so they definitely see the work that you did, and they see how it went, and so that is, like, acknowledgement that they were like, wow, you really cared enough that you really put in effort, and they see that. So I like that. And then, yeah, they have the Knight of Pentacles here, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all. I think that is a knight. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, and the Strength card here too. So again, they saw how you were. Um, Inner strength here. So I feel like you weren't a mat, like you didn't bend over backwards for everyone, but I feel like that's why, they also liked how you stood up and you had inner strength where you didn't allow people just to say stuff or do whatever. You kind of stood up, right? To especially, what was it, V? And I like that. Knight of Pentacles, he understands it's gonna take time. He knows his friends. He knows that they don't, um probably because he used to introduce people to him all the time in the past, and they were just like, "We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait to see if this one sticks around in the past," because I feel like um, he kind of jumped the gun in introducing people to his friends in the past, and they're also just very um, not a tough crowd, but a tough crowd. They just not easily pleased. So I feel like that's why he saw that the work that you put in there, and he likes that there. So I definitely like that here, and how so that's are his overall feelings there. The thing that I see he sees here is, the has the Hermit card and the Nine of Swords here and the Five of Staves. And this has to do, here's the Five of Staves, which was V, was it? Let me just take a look here. I just want to make sure I get the name right. Yeah, V is the person who acted like they disliked you. And it's more defensiveness, and I think they're probably the one that's more protective of them than anyone else, and probably a little jealous because I feel like maybe is that the person they hang around with a lot, and it's almost like they're overprotective, and also it's like the more time they spend with you, it's the less time they spend with them. But, I feel so here's this, and, your boyfriend here, 9 of Swords is like fear, and the Hermit card, has to do with self-reflection. And I feel like they just want you to know not to feel bad about this, not to fear this interaction with them, because he understands them. He gets, V, he understands how they act and who they are and how they can be. Um, so uh with those cards coming out for how does he feel towards the end too, is not to fear their interactions with that one, because he gets it. He knows, like I said, he knows who his friends are. He knows each of them, why they act the way they do, and all of that. But overall, I feel like what they would want you to take away from it all is not to fear all of that, and that with these two eights, um, that they saw the work that you put into trying to keep everything cordial and going well, but you also were strong through it all too. You weren't, um, you didn't go overboard with trying to please everyone. You know what I'm trying to say. You were cordial. You He saw that you desired it and how important it was to you, and how important it is to them, and but you also didn't uh, just stand there and take it from everyone either. You feel like you can dish it back with the best of them, but I feel like you did it in a very um, um, kinder way than you could have really. I feel like you're very intelligent, and you're very I want to say um, oh, what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's I say there's a difference between being a smart ass and a wise ass. I was trying to find a way. I think I'm okay to say that on YouTube. The difference between being a smart ass is people know it right away. But when you're a wise ass, they realize it later and they're like, wait a minute. I feel like you have this tact that they don't realize that you just totally dissed them, and they realize it later. I like it about you, but you do it in a nice way. So I like it for you here, and it's very positive. So I like that. And again, so sorry that I totally misread that. I mean, what's going on with me tonight? Thank you guys for your patience and understanding. All right. So that's what they have for you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Appreciate that. All right. So Rhonda, thank you so much for your donation. Hello, hello. I am doing very well. I hope you're doing well. I'm always good to see you. And you'd like a genuine general reading about life and see what comes up. All right, let's take a look here and see what they have coming in here for you. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay, so we got those four cards there. All about life, right? Okay. And I feel like they want to give you one of these power of surrender cards. Some power. Let's give Rhonda some power. All right. So they want this one here for you. All right. Let's start off with that here. All right. I like it. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. And it says, listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. So trust your spidey sense and your gut. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable around this person or persons, be cautious. If you're energized and happy, move forward. I like it. Let's see what they have here about life here. All right. All right. Yeah, definitely makes sense here because you have the high priestess coming in here, which is, trust your time away, going into your high priestess temple, connecting to the upper realms, going, behind the veils, diving deep into, your emotions, trusting your gut, trusting your instincts. So that's all here. I'm definitely coming in. So trust that you have been honing and developing your um, spiritual connection and your spiritual gifts and your spiritual abilities. So trust that happens, and just to make sure to continue to take your alone time and to develop that away from all the chaos and the noise of everyone else. I like it too. You've got the 10 here of Pentacles, which is all about abundance coming in. You need power. Here comes some abundance coming your way, where you do feel like your life is filling up and flowing more, and I like that here. And it does come with this awareness here, because you've got two sixes here, the Six of Pentacles and then the Six of Cups. This is about transformational energies. And I know we probably talked about the Six of Pentacles before, um, but the combination here is really indicating here, because this is what helps you with this Ten of Pentacles too, and about power coming in, because it talks about somewhere in our earlier childhoods, right? 7 years old and younger is when our emotional body is doing all sorts of fun stuff with our subconscious. It's pouring all this stuff down in there that's going to be running a lot in our life. And one of the big things that develops is the rate of love exchange and abundance exchange. And how it's created is we understand and we know that there's important people in our life that when we were younger, again, 7 years old and younger, uh, we wanted the attention, we wanted the love, we wanted that recognition from them. And we gave and gave and gave and gave and gave and gave and gave, and we got back, right? And it's just because of whatever was happening at the time, right? So, but our little child self goes, "Oh, this must be the acceptable rate of exchange for things you truly care about. 1,000 love coins I have to give to deserve one love coin back." And so the child self goes, "Well, I guess that's okay because we don't know any better. We're kids." And it drops down into our subconscious, right? Well, that rules our how we go about school. Maybe you felt you had to overperform in school, right? And then jobs have to overdo it, relationships, friendships, everything else. It's like I have to overgive, overgive, overgive to get back, And even though our conscious mind is saying, I want everyone to give to me, not in a selfish way, not like that, but it's like, I want people to give to me. I want to be able to receive love and abundance and, raises and promotions. And I want this stuff. I'm working hard for it. I deserve it. Right. And, um, but our child self is hanging out in the basement in our subconscious, and they're the ones that are manning the forest field um, console. And they're the ones keeping track of those love coins. And they're like, all right. And we're like, I want to get a raise at work, or I want to find love. They're like, well, you're only at 600 love coins given. You have to 400 more before you deserve one love coin. And we might have experienced times in our life where we did get abundance for a moment because we hit the thousand. And so temporarily, those forest fields drop and allow some abundance to come in, but then they go right back up because it's reset to zero and the hatch marks start all over, headed towards that journey to get back to 1,000 again. Well, the wonderful thing about this is that it can be edited. It doesn't have to be that way all of our life. Thank God. But what we do is consciously we bring up our rate of love exchange, of abundance exchange, right? And we think back and go consciously, who was it that I felt I had to overgive to when I was young? Parents are usually good usual suspects because they're so busy trying to food on the table, roof over the head, make sure all the siblings and everyone else getting attention, that they're giving attention to each other and each other's families and work and this and blah 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 blah. There's not a whole lot left over to give. And of course that we're all children raising children, and so they don't know any better until later in life anyway. And so that could be it, or it can be grandparents, it can be a coach, it can be a teacher, but you'll know who it is. And when you go, oh, I know who it is. It is dad. It is my mom. It is both of them. And then when we sit there and we realize it and we bring it into our conscious mind, a little edit button appears above that 1,000. You can go into that field and you can delete those zeros. So instead of 1 to 1,000, it becomes down to 1 to 1. And you click that saved button, and then that submerges back down into our subconscious, and our little child self goes, boom, look, we're at 1 to 1. And it lets, down the force fields, and then you see the abundance start to come into your life. So I like this that's coming in here because the Six of Cups is looking back at these old emotional memories and transforming them, going that they didn't know any better. They were parents. Let me see. Do I have my phone somewhere? I think it's right here. It is. Because I saved this thing, which I feel like I want to read. Let's see if I did save it. Maybe I deleted it, but um, I think I screenshot it here. Yeah, here it is. Because it's about parents, and I feel like this is an important thing here. It says, "You may, want to forgive your parents for," and it has a little list of things, which is it's good self-awareness to realize our parents didn't know any better. They just knew what they were given to their from their parents, who were given from their parents. No one knew anything that they were doing raising children in this world, right? It says, so we can forgive our parents for raising us through their own unresolved trauma. We can forgive them for not being able to understand us because they did not have the capacity to. We can forgive them for not being able to teach us certain skills as nobody taught them. We can forgive them for being emotionally unavailable as their parents were emotionally unavailable. We can forgive them for doing the best they could with what they knew and what they had. And we can forgive them from following cultural norms that they were surrounded with. So just regurgitating what society was telling them to do. And we can forgive them for raising us through their own struggles, their worries, their pain, and their fears. So it's very powerful because it's really shows us, that. And so I felt that was important. Oh, yeah. You can still do that. I mean, it's all the memories anyway. You don't have to, it's what we're doing because it's in us, it's not in them, it's in us. So you definitely can do that and just release it. Release those the judgment and the wrath that we have on them, right? And so you can look at that and and yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it may be too late, Rhonda. You were a child raising a child, right? So, all you can do is, um yeah, I mean, you can be the one that breaks the chain, right? You can, with your children, break the chain. If your children have children, then it's like, uh-oh. That's why usually grandchildren and the grandparents and grandchildren get along so well because they learn later in life going, "Oh, what did I do? Well, I can correct it with my grandchildren." So it usually skips the generation, right? So I like it for you. So you definitely have the power to release, and it's simply just realizing, oh, this is what it is, and consciously picturing that and editing and adjusting it. Picture yourself clicking the save button and letting that go down, and then just feel the release and what will allow to come in. So I like it for you, Rhonda. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So great, great awarenesses. All right. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate it and good to see you. And oh, well good. Well good. But it's the little inner child that had that old way of thinking that we're bringing to our consciousness because it's subconsciously bubbling down under the surface. It's still like a program that's running, and we bring it up into our consciousness and change it, and then it changes things. But if we just go around unconsciously believing and having those old programs running, they will still impact us. So that's what's great. Yeah. Well, that's their choice, right? All right. So let me close my a little dark outside. Let me close my blind here. All right. So thank you again for your donation, Rhonda, and so good to see you. Much love to you, my friend. All righty. And you are welcome, Tice SJ. And let's see, did I make sure I didn't overlook anyone? Because I seem to be a little absent-minded tonight. It's okay. It's because it's my final. This is like my Friday night, right? It's my last of my reading sessions. All right. So we left off on our free readings with Patty. So thank you so much for your patience, Patty. And you want to know the week ahead for you. So let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about the week ahead? All right. Wow. So you have a movement action happening here. So you have the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. And then you have the Eight of Wands, which is a lot of energy, a lot of energetic flow. So the Knight of Swords has a quest after higher truths and seeing things from a higher perspective, which allows him to cut away some fears. And I feel like there's been some mental activity. It's like mental energy, a lot of mental energy, of maybe have you been worrying about something significantly, a lot of energy, mental energy, trying to figure things out, trying to control something, trying to fix something. And I feel like they're asking you just to kind of step up and see things from a higher perspective and release a lot of the fears and a lot of the need to control and the need to fix, and just go with the flow. When you do, you get all this flood of energy that comes back to you during this week ahead. And I feel like it's like, yeah, it's okay to let it go. It's okay. You don't have to solve everyone else's problems. You don't have to solve all the world's problems. It's like it's okay to take a deep breath and just release and just go, you know what? I'm going to do the best I can in this moment, and I can't solve everything. And it's beautiful because you feel this energy return to you because you're trying to help so many different people all over the place. So that is what is coming in for you, Patty. So I like this for you for next week. So many, many blessings to you. All righty. All right, let's see. Where are we at here? Okay, Julia, hello. I went zimp right past you. So, can you tell you what you need to know from Spirit about your new tarot reading job? What? Competition? I'm so happy for you. So, what does Spirit want you to know around the tarot reading job? All right, well, we knew that was going to come out. What else here? Okay. I knew that one was going to come out too. One step at a time. It's a one and a two. You have the magician card, you have the high priestess card. And when I said, "Oh, I figured that card was going to come out," I thought, the high priestess, boom, and then that one came out. So, major arcana, very significant for you to show your magic, to be this conduit of your power to the outside world. Really just allow yourself to connect. Don't try to regurgitate and do the way you think everyone else, does it. And, well, this is the way I should do it. And this, let the spread be the spread. Do follow your intuition, your gut. You can't do it wrong. Just trust your intuition. Just trust your gut. I know when I first read tarot cards, I knew nothing about them. People were asking questions around a friend's table, and I was blurting out the answers, and I was channeling spirit and didn't even know. And they were just like, here, just take the cards, because I kept on doing it. And the cards were on the other side of the table that I didn't see. They're like, yeah, exactly what you're saying. Why don't you just do the readings?" And I'm like, "I never done it before." And their wonderful advice, they said, is, how you intuitively pick up emotions from other people and you pick up these things. Treat the card as a human, treat the card as that, and feel the card, and then you get the information that comes through on it. And so that's what spirit is wanting you to know, is just don't try to fit in. Just do your own thing. Because the first time I laid tarot cards, they said, "You did a standard spread, you've never done them before?" I'm like, "No, not in this lifetime." And then I never repeated a tarot, spread, a standard tarot spread ever after that, because I don't like doing things a certain way. I like just doing it the way that spirit wants to. And that's what their advice is. Just be yourself, just flow with it, just allow spirit to flow. Get out of the way and let spirit speak. And you'll learn so much through what happens. So I'm so happy for you, and I'm so glad you're taking that step. So very excited for you, Julia. And that's what they have for you. It's like magician, high priestess, boom, boom, just a one and a two and a go. So I like it. They're showing me, what is that? How many tarot readers? No, that sounds like a joke. It's like the lollipop. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll? One and two and and there you got it. So that is what is coming through. So many, many blessings to you, Julia. I like it. I like it. All right. So, Divine Beauty, you are up next here. So, guidance for your love life. Let's see. What's what they want here? All right. Wow, you have this new beginning coming in here. I like this, letting go of expectations around it. Be free, allow yourself to be free. The Empress card, she's like Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's usually like, running naked through the woods without all the rules. She's free. What comes after her is the 4 and the 5, which is the Emperor and the Hierophant, which is all about the rules of society, the rules of organized spirituality. But this is before all that, running free in nature. And I'm saying that because the Fool card is the 0. It's the new beginning. So this is new birth, new beginning. It is this new, like this new journey that you're on regarding love. The Fool card comes after the last card, of course, in the Major Arcana, which is the World card, which is the ending of old cycles and the new beginnings. It's like letting go of the old restrictiveness, and the Full card is like a newborn babe that's naked too. There's all this nakedness in your 2 cards, but it's about being free of everything and not feeling restricted and trapped and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. There's this very much, allow yourself to feel like you're in nature. Don't feel like you have to do this long list of things to be lovable. You are lovable for who you are. What we release is all these fears of losing conditional love, these fears of rejection, these fears of failure. And it's like, if someone can't love me for me, they're stupid, right? And that's what you can go with, that you don't have to have all these rules and all these supposed tos and shoulds. It's like you can go on this new adventure free of all that stress of trying to be someone who you think everyone wants you to be, because it varies by person from moment to moment. It's a waste of energy. Be your true authentic self and go on this adventure, this new adventure. This is what they have for you. So I like that for you, Divine Beauty, because you are a Divine Beauty. So here we go. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And Bella Bala, hello, hello. So you want to know his love language? Ooh, that is a good question, right? Let me just take a quick sip of coffee here. So, his love language. Hmm. Yeah. So usually there's like 2, right? Time, because temperance is time. So time, spending time with them is one of their major love languages here. And the 10 of wands is the energy invested, which is like, that'd be the acts of service, right? Because what there's 5 languages of love, time and acts of service, because that's like putting energy that they're worth putting energy into. And then what gifts, being told, and touch are the others, right? Wow, who knew it that those were still in my brain? But those are there too. I feel time is the big one, and then investing your time in doing acts of service for them is the other. Just makes them feel special. So that's what they have for you. I like that for asking that, Bella Bala, because that is what it's all about, knowing what to give them, because you can give someone a whole acre of corn, but they're allergic to it. But you can give them one little thing of wheat and they can eat that, but they can't eat the corn, right? So giving them what they want really makes a big difference. So I like it for you, Bella Bala. So many, many blessings to you. All right, we took care of that one. We took care of that one. All right, Punitha, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. And this is oh, thanks so much, LA. You popped on to say, you sent me an email. Okay, I'll check that after I'm done here. Public service announcement. You're the best. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a great night. All right. Making me smile. All righty. So, Punitha, can you ask what's coming to you in love? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. All right. So you have the Emperor here, which is new beginnings, new start, and fiery energy. You have the wands here too, the 7 of wands, fiery energy coming in. And the Emperor is, this is you. This is you stepping forward. It's you letting go of expectations and trying to live up to what everyone else, because you can't please everyone. The emperor, like we talk about, is in this giant throne room with all these advisors, with all these different opinions, all these supposed tos and shoulds. And at some point, the king tells everyone, "Thank you. Now, everyone, please go home, get out of my throne room. I'm going to make decisions for me." And that's what's coming in here. It's like love, this fieriness is coming in. And I really like that. You stepping forward, you making choices. And this actually takes you here. I feel like you're not so much like focusing on love with this emperor. The emperor doesn't make it their sole purpose of finding a queen, or the partnership of the emperor. um, they focus on their passions and bringing the passions into their empire. And that's what I feel here with this cards coming in here, is if you will choose to do things that you love, not what you think everyone thinks you're supposed to love and do, and blah blah blah, that you are seen. The 7 of wands shows that you're stepping out and you're standing out, um, with doing something somewhere. Um, like, and then one that I use quite a bit is like learning pottery. Because I am gonna one of these days go to a pottery class, because I love pottery, but I haven't touched it since I was like in elementary school. But it's like you go do something you love, and then someone else is doing something they love, and you're standing out to them, and they're just like, "Who's that?" And you wouldn't have met him if you hadn't gone to this pottery class at doing something that you love. And I feel like this is what they want you to do, is to not put the focus on finding love, but focus on living love, living what you love, doing what you love, and then you meet someone you love. So I like it. This is what they have for you, Panitha. So many blessings to you. All right. Hey, random. Still looking for your email. I didn't get one yet. I have it written down. So I'll look forward to receiving your email. And you want to know, what does spirit see coming for T and you? All right, let's take a look here. What is coming your way? All right. You're gonna fight over money. No, I'm just kidding. Don't say that. The 5 of Swords is the working out of conflict, um, the Ace of Coins, the Ace of Pentacles, does talk about new opportunities are coming up, and I like this, though. There's, like, this, um 5 is a number of transformation. It's the clarity of communication. And I feel like for T and you that there is this, it's almost like the Mercury retrograde, the further we get away, like the closer we get to June 1st when Mercury goes fully out of its post shadow and goes fully into full directedness, the clarity of communication just mwah, you know. And I feel that's what's happening here is there might have been some conflict going on and some communication or miscommunication or different desires about completing something in the outside world, but I feel like this is coming to fruition. So there is this clarity that comes in, which allows you guys to be in alignment with next actions, with this Ace of Coins, with this Ace of Pentacles, this opportunity opening in the outside world. So there is this newness, this activity that you guys are planning together, and you're like, all the planets are in alignment. You just totally agree on what you want to do and when and how, and I like it. It just feels like it clicks, and you're like, oh, back to here, and you don't realize how um, well you guys. I don't want to say used to communicate, but how you communicate. And there are times, planetary energies, boom, boom, boom. I feel like paying attention to the moon cycles for you two is important, because I feel like one of you or both of you, they said both. One more so than the other, but whoever has a water moon, very much impacted by it. And if you get something like, sorry, one of these types of books, something like with the Daily Planetary Guide, or you can even follow it online. You don't have to actually purchase anything. I just use it as my daily planner. So I look and go like, today's moon is in Gemini. And I'm like, okay, that's the type of energy that's going to come in. I'm a water moon. So that's why I do um, track it, because I am influenced by the moon's energies big time. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to be doing some big thinking and organizing today. And so that's what's coming in. I like it for you, random 30XYZ. So enjoy this this new thing that you're planning to do. All right. So that is what is up for that. And Deanna Fulton, hello, hello. So you are up next. You'd like a general reading. So let's take a look here. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, you do have here, I like this two major arcana coming in here. The Justice card and the Hierophant. They call this the Heavenly Master, but it's the Hierophant in the Standard Tarot. Both of these, the Hierophant is this invitation to go inward to find out what your capital T truths are, um, for yourself. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do in life? How do you want to express it? It's really getting into some deep truths. Well, the Justice card does the same thing. They've got the Ace of Swords here, and it allows them to really get things out of their mind, all the supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must that we've been poured into our head all our lives. And we're like, well, I don't really know. have this dream I'm living, but you wake up every day going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream today. Well, that's not your dream. That's someone else's dream that was put on you. And this is like this clarity that's coming in on what your dream truly is, discovery of who you are. And that's clearing these fears of losing conditional love, these fears of failure, fears of rejection that are falling away. And you're going, whoa, it's like the clouds are parting and the light is shining down, and you're like, I know what my life purpose is. It's almost like that kind of feel with these cards coming in here. And so I feel like you are going through this balancing, and it's almost like you're hearing trumpets in the distance to wake you, awaken this powerful soul that you are to express itself. And you do not need to fear. 10 of Pentacles is coming in. It will bring you abundance in the outside world, but it's about really getting in tune with the truths of who you are and what you really want to do in this lifetime. So that's what they have for you, Deanna. I love it. Can't wait to see what this is. So many, many blessings. I feel like you already know, you have an inkling already of what it is, but you just need support and going, all right, I'm going to do it. And I'm happy that you are. All right. So that's what they have for you, Deanna. So many blessings to you. And Saksina, hello, hello. And you'd like to get a message from Ankit Singh. What does his soul want to convey? All right, let's take a look here. What do they want you to know? All right, they actually want to give you one of these Oracle of E cards here. So let's take a look here and see what is their message for you. These are sometimes funny cards, so maybe they have a sense of humor. And they actually gave you two. These are really small. So you got GPS, number 15, and then also a live wire card number 35. So if those numbers mean anything to you, those are there for you. And GPS 15, like I said, these are very short and sweet ones. So yeah, GPS says, OMG, your intuition is being a real show off these days. It's so ready to help navigate your life. And quite frankly, it's getting a tad bit impatient. It just doesn't understand why, when it knows the fun, easy route, you insist on doing everything without its help. There's no need to be lost ever, especially now that you're about to stumble onto a gold mine. I like that. So if this person is on the other side, um, this GPS is like trusting your guides, and you have your guardian angel and your angels and your spirit guides and your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors. They're all there being this GPS. We're like, why aren't you using us? Just ask us. We will give you guidance. We're always around. And then you have Livewire, which says within you is a powerful elixir that can change the world, both your world and the one around you. Scientists call this elixir emotions, but you can think of it as a supercharged current capable of taking you anywhere you want to go. You can use your emotions to suffer or to skyrocket to fame. Good to know that it's up to you. Ooh, I like it. Very empowering messages there from them. So that is what they have for you, Sakshi. So many blessings to you. All right. So Ms. Dra, you are up next. Let me just make sure here. All right. Very good. So let's see here. Messages from your Leo. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, let's see what they have here. Yay! I think did we get something like this earlier? I don't know. I do so many readings. They sometimes feel familiar, and sometimes I dream about them, I think. Yeah, I think I don't do enough readings in real life. I actually dream about giving readings too. Anyway, Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles, slow moving outside world, giving you the opportunity with the Devil card here to really reflect on some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of your life that it's being shaken and rattled to allow you to let go of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets from earlier in life that, of course, we all been poured onto us since we were children. But it's this reflection, this uh like I said, this rattling that shows you this cage of these fears of, I have to do things a certain way, I have to, or I'll get rejected, or I'll fail, or I won't find love, or I'll lose love, or whatever it is that we're all inundated with, right? But this slowness that's happening, in life, it's happening to give you this opportunity, because when we do what we've always done and we have this lower vibrational fear energy, we draw in these fearful things all the time. We're mirroring back to us, like, I fear I'm going to um, find someone that's going to cheat on me. And they're like, what? You want someone that cheats on you? I'm here. It's like, oh God, I knew it. It's like, no, it's our energy doing it. And so at some point, that's when this Knight of Pentacles or these patient, slow moving cards come in, because it's like our soul in cahoots with our whole spiritual team goes, all right, I've had enough of that. Let's slow it down so that as we're drawing in the fearful things, they don't come quick. They come very slowly. But as we're raising our love vibration, we stop attracting those and those go away and we start bringing in these. And then when we have our love vibration higher and these things start to come in, that's when we speed it back up, and then because we're attracting what we're wanting, not what we're not wanting. So this is what is coming in from the Leo, is saying that this is an important thing. This is why things are going slow. It's allowing you to release these old ways of thinking so that you can be at a higher vibrational love of self-love and drawing in the type of love that you want. So that's what's coming through, Ms. Draw, and many blessings to you. All right. Jushri, you are up next here, I believe. Yes. And so you'd like to know your future spouse's strength and weakness. So we'll do one card for each. So here is a strength. Weaknesses. I was brainwashed in my last corporation. We weren't allowed to say weakness. We had to call it opportunities. It's a trigger word for me, but this is more what they can work on and transform, right? So a strength of theirs here, wow, six of staves, six of wands, recognition. They do see people and they let people know that they are seen, and I like that. So they give recognition to people. They're it's like what was it? Crazy Rich Asian is the movie that they're showing me in my head, where the really wealthy young daughter, um, she's walking through this really expensive store, and there's this little girl who the mother's totally ignoring her, and she stops and bends down and says, "Hi, what's your name? What's the name of your bear?" and gives this recognition. That's the kind of energy I feel from it. Really, really, really neat. I like it. And then their opportunity, Knight of Cups. So, Knight of Cups is movement of emotion, and it's like their challenge is to balance their emotion, and quite honestly, it's them learning that the outside world doesn't bring them what they need, because the knights are on a quest, and this knight is on the quest for higher love, for the chalice, the holy grail, which is what we're really all here on a quest for. We're looking for love in the outside world, and theirs is that they've been looking and not finding it, and their challenge is to look inward, and so they will eventually, because they've got a beautiful heart. They obviously how they share and recognize people, but I like that they're in that search for this inner love, which they, like I said, they will find. So those are a couple new things for you, for them, Anjushri. So many blessings for you. All right. So continue looking down the list here. All right. All right, Sakshi, thank you so much for following my Instagram account. Yeah, and for everyone, I do have Instagram, Facebook. All of those are listed in the description box of the video. If you want to follow me, I do put out um, a lot of social media reminders of love and different things as well. So thank you for following me, Sakshi. I appreciate that. All right. Hey, Blue Eyes. Hello, hello. Why is he drawn towards you? Ugh. Why? Let's take a look here. I was gonna say, they'd like a battle, evidently. But, the 5 of one, it's the 5 of swords and the 2 of swords. It almost looks like, "Ta-da, they like on God, they like debate." No. But, here, there's this, I one of the things that attracts here with this the 2 of swords. 2 of swords is about decision making and how we can close our eyes and open our heart. And I feel like you are very intuitive, of course, and then that you make decisions not just from the brain, but you give your heart a seat at the table. And they like that because I feel they are like a conflicted person. They like have all these I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't want to do, and they're afraid to make wrong choices. And they look at you and look how like crazy this is, and how calm and super cool that looks, right? It's like, wow, you just do things so effortlessly, and it's because you trust your gut and your intuition, and you allow yourself to have like I said, your heart to have a seat at the table. But you took time to develop your intuition and your gut and your connection to spirit. And that's why it seems easy now. Whereas you're like, if you know what I went through to get to this point, it wasn't that easy. Right. So I like it. This is one of the things that draws them to you is they're like, wow, you just like, you're able just to make these decisions where you bring in your intelligence, but you also bring in the spirit's opinion and advice and awareness, and they have the eye in the sky, and it just make these brilliant decisions and these brilliant things, and they're just like, how do you do that? So that is what is coming through there. So many blessings to you, Blue Eyes. All right, so let me just make sure here I'm not skipping over anyone. All right, I think we're to healing vibes. Yep. So healing vibes, you want to know, what does he admire in you? All right. Let's take a look here. Well, you got here the Chariot card and the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, one of the things that they admire here is that you recognize like what no longer fits for you in your life around thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and you are able to really understand what's holding you back in a situation, and you're able to move forward in it. The 8 of Swords is the flowing of ideas, the flowing of letting old thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you fall away. And the Chariot card is about movement and victory. So they really see you're very smart from their viewpoint. And the Chariot card also is a very empowering card. It's the power of choice card. And I feel like they see how that you're the one that chooses what story you put to each situation. And when that story isn't right anymore, it doesn't feel right, that's the 8 of Swords. You're able to let things go and transform your perspective of things. You also are learning your power of emotional choice, that you get to choose what emotion you want to feel in each moment, also where you invest your energy in each moment. So there is this empowerment, this knowledge, this awareness, and they like this about you. So I really like it. And that's what they have for you right now. There's more, but this is one piece of it. All right. And that's what they have for you, healing vibes. So many blessings to you. All right. So we completed those. Sorry, I'm just reading through, making sure. Since I've like missed things tonight, I'm taking extra precaution. All right. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Shirley Maydor. Hello. Hello. So you are up next here. So, what are TW's current thoughts and intentions towards you? All right. So let's take a look here and see what are their current thoughts. I like that. Current in this moment. All right. So we've got Capricorn energy here in the High Priestess energy. High Priestess energy is like getting into the unknown. You know, the this is all about thoughts here. So when we're looking at thoughts, um I feel like there's this challenging of thoughts here. I the High Priestess also is so sorry. She's all about diving and looking into the unknown. And it just feels both of these cards together just feel kind of confusing. Like I don't feel like they know what they want or what their intentions are, quite honestly, surely. The high priestess is like, I don't know. It's like they would need to take time away and really connect, dive deep and find out what's going on. Cause I feel like I don't want to say clueless, but they're definitely confused, and they don't know what they want. The devil card is the rattling and the shaking of our cage, and I'm not sure what I want. Their truths are being challenged. The high priestess is diving in, and all of this, and so I feel like they are kind of at a point in their life here where just their core is being shaken, and so like I said, I don't feel like they know what they want because it just feels like the foundation's been cracked or the carpet's been pulled out from underneath of them, and so they're just not sure who they are, what they want, where I want to head or anything. It's just kind of very suddenly it's like, if our entire lives is a giant dining room table with everything piled on top of it, someone just came and swooped it all off and it's empty, and they just don't know who they are or what they want. They just kind of feel like blank. Um, so interesting energy there, Shirley. So you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna get your popcorn and watch this from a distance. But that's what's coming through, Shirley. So many blessings to you. All right. Right. Very good. You took care of those. Sorry, I'm just again making sure I'm not going over someone here. Right. Very good. Very good. You guys are so funny. All right. So Ocean, you'll be my next free reading coming up here. And Crescent Moon, thank you for your donation. So I'm just reading Shirley's response here. Right? Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. Who knows what's going on in there? All right, so Crescent Moon, thank you so much for your donation. You'd like a general for the Taurus in you. What's to come? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Okay. This one and that one. All right. Let's see what we've got going on here. Let me just turn these cards around here. All right. All right. So you have the Six of Wands here, which is victory and brightness and So I like this to start off, right? I mean, it is just very a recognition and a bright card. So I like that we start off with this and going, what's to come. There is a lot of victory, a lot of positive things. I feel like the uh, 6 of staves, the 6 of wands, 6 posts, and they're showing me a timeline of 6 significant, wonderful memory victory type of energies. So I like that 6. I'm not sure how many, what the time frame is. They're just showing me a timeline without dates on it, but 6 posts on it with postmarks showing that there's 6 different things, and I like it. You have this choice coming in here. You've got the 2 of coins, the 2 of pentacles, choices to be made, and you have the choice card with the chariot card too. Again, movement and victory. So nothing concerning for me here, but that there are some choices that are coming up for you guys to make. And the chariot card, of course, is all about a very empowering message and energy that no matter what happens and comes in the outside world, you get to choose. Each of you individually get to choose what story you put to it with your mind, with your thoughts, what emotion you want to feel as you go through it, and what energy and action you want to put into it. So there's nothing to fear in these decisions to be made, knowing that you're the one that gets to decide. So as these decisions come up, don't let the fear of failure or rejection or any of that, try not to let it influence your decisions. Choose what you are wanting to do, both of you. And so I like that. I feel like there's been a little bit of waiting, of the hanging ghost, which is normally the hanged man, which is talking about delay in the past. But I feel like with this knight of swords coming in here, yeah, this is about movement and mental movement, changing in ways of thinking and the ways of approaching things. But it's about also the pursuit of seeing things from a higher perspective. And again, cutting away fears and thoughts and beliefs. So, whatever, I feel like some of the delay has been fears of taking action. But here is the action and saying, don't be afraid. Cut away these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that restrict and keep you guys from taking action, because you've got some great memories to make, these 6 posts. So it's like there's plenty of happiness and plenty of victory. So not to hold back. Yeah, because here you have new love coming in here. You have a heightened love, happiness, excitement. The 5 of pentacles here. This is feelings of abandonment, feeling left behind out in the cold, or feelings of lack. And I feel like this is where a big piece of the work is going on between the 2 of you, because you've got both of you have some of that leftover remnants of that from your earlier childhood, where you both felt kind of abandoned or left out in the cold, feeling like you didn't get um, what you needed significantly as a child. I mean, we all do, but I feel like there was either a parent that was absent for both of you, type of thing. It just feels like there were these, changes there. Ah, yeah. So, there's definitely these commonalities, and that's good. The Ace of Cups, that it is headed towards this direction here. So, what are you waiting for? What are these fears? Let them go. Boom, here we go. But I feel like that it is the work of the 5 of pentacles, that feelings of lack, the feelings of abandonment that you both fear. The underlying fear is that you will, you know, abandon each other, because that's what happened, right? And uh, transforming those and realizing, yeah, what are you fearing? Let's just transform those and look at those. But I do feel like there's this um, change coming, and I like it. So they're showing all this stuff as if you guys are um, really close and really good, together. And they're like, "What are you waiting for? Let's go." So I like it for you. Um, I feel like it's just that abandonment, that mutual abandonment feeling, um, that can be transformed, and that's what's keeping you guys kind of at bay from going into that deeper place. So that's what's coming through, Crescent. So I like it for you, though. That Ace of Cups is very promising. I like it. So many blessings for you. And thank you again for your donation. You are welcome. All right, Ocean. So, will you get into a relationship soon? Uh-oh. What do you want to do that for? Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, I think you will. You got the 2 of Cups, which is about, relationship. 2 of Cups is the 2 cups of love, and you have the Strength card here too. And the Strength card tells us that what will speed up you having this love come in is your relationship to your higher self, because this is your human self and this is your higher self. And what happens here with all of this is whenever we have delays and where we feel like relationships aren't coming in, it's because the spirit's given us time to increase our connection to the higher realm, to our higher self, to our higher self love, capital S self love. And it's a win win, win 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 with all of that, because what we're looking for truly is the love we find in our own heart, inward and upward. And so we're finding this wholeness. We're getting to experience this eternal, unconditional love from inside. That's what we're hungry for. In that Strength card, the tiger is hungry and hangry. It's hungry, angry, because it's looking outside of itself for something that it can only find on the inside. But what's great is once we feel this fullness, it also is expanding our ability to love and give more love and receive more love to the humans in the outside world. But our whole perspective changes. Instead of love falling short all the time because it's not what we're looking for, when we fill up on the inside with this love, we up overflow, and any love people give us on the outside is above and beyond extra. So instead of it appearing to be lacking and falling short, it's above and overflowing instead. And it's awesome because we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor can we receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if I love myself this much, no matter how much love I want to push out to someone, it's going to just drip out. No matter how much love they want to give me, it's just going to drip in. But the more I expand my self love this way, the more this love, like a tunnel or tube, expands and allows us to give and receive love in such huge, amazing ways. So I do feel like this, and the other thing, of course, is the more we work on and expand our self-love to up above, it also speeds up how fast the love comes as well. So that is how that works, and that's what's coming in for you. So many, many blessings to you, Ocean. Appreciate that. And that is what they have for you. All righty. Hey, Sun and Moon, thank you so much for your donation. And so we'll take you look. Let me just see where I'm leaving off here on the free readings here. All right. So Aoife, you'll be my next free reading coming up here. So Sun and Moon, thank you so much. So Pisces has been on your mind lately. Has he thought about you? Let's take a look here and see what's going on here. What is going on with the Pisces? Have they been thinking about you? All right. Well, yeah. Well, we've got the Seven of Pentacles here, so they're still on their little journey. They always got to start off with this, right? They're what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. It's like, oh, I get it. I know it's still growing. I just want to know, are they thinking about me while they're growing? We got the sun card. So this would be a yes. They have been thinking about you. You are this wonderful, you are a bright light in their life. They definitely have this. Well, yeah, sun and moon, right? Here they are speaking to you. So they do. You are this bright light in their life, and though they can't communicate it and they go through things, they do think about it. Yeah, how big is this fruit tree? And they got the King of Cups. So, here's the Pisces energy, balancing heart and mind. And so they are balancing, they are coming in here, but they are reminding us, of course, that they're on this deep inner journey, discovering their capital T truths of who they want to be and what they want in life. So, still on this wonderful, deep, deep energy here. But 10 of Cups is coming. We've got the overflowing emotional abundance that is headed the way. So once they reach this point, this is when things just change. And I feel like they're so close, and I feel like you can feel it too. Just like do you ever have like you know like you have trees that you see them budding and you can just tell, like you just have this feeling like they are ready to bust open. That's kind of where I feel they are at here, that they are on the verge of, you know you've seen the tree, like like you said, the fruit tree, it's you've watched it grow, you've seen it go from a stark, just scary looking tree of the winter, how there's like no leaves on it, it's all craggly. You've seen it now has all the green leaves, the blossoms have appeared, and what that means that next the fruit appears after the blossoming, right? So it's so close here, it's so close here. Will you hear from them? Let's take a look here. We've got the 7 of Swords. Swords is communication, and the 10 of Pentacles is abundance. So I feel like you will hear from them. The 7 of Swords, though, does it's not a smooth communication, which means that I feel like they're just saying that it doesn't come through the way you want it to and how you want it to. It almost be like um, you would want a phone call, but you get a text, and the tech or an email, right? What email? Um, but it comes in and it's not the kind of communication that your heart really wants. It's more of like if you ever they're showing me in my head, you ever like at Christmas time get these newsletters that people send out and it's all about the updates in their life and you're like, yay. So it's that type of thing. It's just more of a status than a hey, how are you? And da 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 da. It's like, hey, just letting you know I'm okay. And you're like, well, okay. Well, at least it was a text. It's that kind of thing I feel is coming in. But not, what the heart would like to get, right? But but that's what's coming in. So that's what's going on, sun and moon. So slowly, slowly, slowly. I feel like it's so close, so close. But that's what's coming in. All right, let me just take a look here. I'll answer that question there for you too. Will you have an opportunity to see each other? It doesn't seem here like um super, super close here with that, because we have the peace of mind with the 4 of Swords, we have the King of Swords, all in the mind, all up in the head, and the 6 of Coins, the 6 of Pentacles. um that's the giving and receiving type of card, uh, which I feel like they're still working on that piece of their life, of the over giving and not being able to receive type of thing. And I kind of feel like um, yeah, I don't feel like it's close Because I mean, we're just in the getting a text that's an update, thingy. So I don't feel like it's an opportunity yet. I still feel like they're in a huge hermit mode. I know. But you care about them. Like that's the whole thing is if you feel it's worth it for you to do it, then we continue to do it, right? Yeah, what do you got to lose? All right. So thank you for your donation, Sun and Moon. Hang in there. Hang in there. All right. So, Ava Garung, you want to ask what are honest Nolan's feelings towards you? Will he make a move towards you? And any advice? All right, thank you so much. Let's take a look here and see. Well, I feel here we've got a lot of mind here, not so much feelings, and not a whole lot of really movement. It feels here with the 3 of swords is like the heartache and disappointment card, and the 10 of swords is like, being so sick and tired and exhausted from trying to live up to a lot of expectations that, this is them, it just it feels like they have a lot of fears about being hurt and letting people down, and I just feel like they've had a lot of communication from people about how disappointing I am of you, and growing up and all this like high bar, and they can never do enough, and they just always feel like I keep on hearing in my head, I'm a disappointment, I'm a disappointment, I'm a disappointment. And so I feel like this is like from early in the early younger years too. So hearing it from parents and teachers and people, and maybe their first relationship, and that just feels like there's this, you know, um fears. Like I said, they just don't want to disappoint anyone else. And so I feel like they're honest, like you said, honest Nolan. Just feel like um they present themselves in a way, but they're afraid to show who they really are because they've always been a disappointment. But they're like at this verge with that 10 of swords of going, I've had enough. If someone doesn't like me, I don't care. I'm going to be me. So I feel like they're so close about just taking all of this pressure off of themselves and all this fear of letting people down, and they're just ready to come forward. But I don't feel like they're allowing, they're so caught up in these fears in their head, and that they haven't allowed themselves to feel because what if what if I feel I'm gonna be a disappointment, I'm not gonna be able to be who they need me to be, and then they're not gonna want to be with me, and then I'll be hurt, and blah 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 blah. It's like, oh my gosh, can you just quiet your mind. And they're on the verge of it there, so I like it. So that is what is coming through, for you, Ava. So hang in there, and just give them love, give them time. They're about to, you know, come out of their shell, and they're going to shock a lot of people. It's like they're going to show up and with blue hair and with a red stripe, and this is me, take it or leave it, and everyone's like, oh my god. But I like it because they're showing their true selves. So I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. And that's what they have for you, Ava. So many blessings to you. All right. Jashan, you'll be by next free reading up here. I think I'm almost to the end here. Thank you, Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, for your donation. Silly questions. We love those. Was the bird a sign from spirit? Yeah. And you know what? I have, bird oracle that they want me to get real quick. If I can find it. Where? I don't think they're found it. There's a bird fluttering its wings on your. Oh wow. Well, let's take a look here. Yeah, because we've got these bird messages. So let's take a look here and see. It definitely was definitely a sign from spirit. And so we're going to pull these cards here. Let's see what message they had here for you. Okay, this is the one. I know this was not the bird on your windowsill. You'd have to have a big hunkin', but this is the carmine bee eater, and it says flourish by asking for the help of the powerful. Ooh. So let me find what additional message this brings in here. So the bee eater catches her prey on the wing as she cruises above Africa's insect rich grasslands. But frustratingly, many insects, such as the energy rich grasshopper and bee, never leave the safety of their grassy homes. So, what to do? Why, seek help from the large, the strong, and the powerful. Hitch a ride on stately Cory bustard, zebra, or even camel. Now, not only does the bee eater have no need to expend energy on flying, but the heavy footfall of her fleshly carriages, also disturbs these grassy dwelling insects who fly upward straight into the bee eater's waiting beak. So if the bee eater has ridden into your cards, she counsels you not to struggle in vain, but instead not only to accept help when it is offered, but also to ask for the assistance of those more powerful than yourself. Why be foolishly proud when, like Beekeeper, you could thrive? Ooh. I like it because this is a spirit telling you, of course, they are more powerful than our humans, right? And they are telling you, ask for our help. It's definitely a direct message from spirit to say, um, we're here to help you. We can help you, but we honor your free will. We honor it and your power of choice, and we won't interfere. And before we come down here, we have all okay, well, I'm down there, I want this and this and this, and they're like, all right, we'll take care of that, but don't forget, you can always ask us when you're down there too. Like, yeah, I got you. And we get down here, we forget to ask them for guidance and ask them for have this relationship with them. And so it's basically them reminding you that we are here, and you don't have to be, especially like they're fluttering its wings on your windowsill. Boom. So there you go. And I love it. That's why they wanted me to go get it. And yeah, so you, of your own free will, you can ask them every day, hey, of my own free will, I ask you to come meddle in my life, bring me signs, synchronicities, show me what's for my highest experience. I give you permission. And it allows them, it gives them the leeway, and they're just like waiting to be able to assist and to give you signs and synchronicities and messages. And they're always around you giving their love, but they can do so much more. So I love that. Perfect. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. So that is what they have for you. I'm excited. So start asking, right? All right. Thank you so much for your donation again, Sun. Gemini Sun, Aquarius Moon. I appreciate it. All right. So, Jashan, thank you for your patience. Will you get good marks in your math tests? Your maths test? You're funny. Let's take a look here. Whoa. Cards want to fly in there. Well, you got the Six of Cups here. With Six of Cups is balanced emotion. And I feel like they're telling you here, actually, I want to grab this other card too, but they are telling you it's about staying balanced as I fall down. Yeah. Because you got both the 4 and the 6 of cups, balanced emotions. So you've, done the studying, you have the information in your head, and all you have to do is stay calm. Because if you fear, then you don't have access to your brilliant mind and all that information in there. And they're saying with these two that, excuse me, you have everything you need in your brain. So it's just a matter of don't go into fight or flight mode, and then you're able to, bring that forward. So good marks are possible. Just don't freak out. That's where test anxiety, interview anxiety, stage fright, all that comes in when we're like, um, freaking out. And then our intelligent side is kicked out of our head, and you end up having a little 2-year-old child self and its cat take your test instead. That doesn't fare well. So that is what's coming in for you, Jashan. So just stay calm, deep breaths, help you come back out of fear. So that is what they have. So many blessings for you. All right. Hey, Alice, I am doing great. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. And you'd like advice and messages from your angels, spirit guides, and higher self. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. See what advice they have here for you. They actually want to give you a power of surrender card here. Well, surrender to spirit. Hands up, Missy. It's time to surrender. And it says, once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. So I like that for you. I'm just going to pull a couple of cards here too. Since I believe you will be my last reading for this evening. And yeah, well, here is the magic, the magician coming in here, and the empress. So I like these two cards coming in here for you because this is you stepping into your power and allowing the magic to flow. And you have the divine masculine, divine feminine energy here, which is exactly what this card is saying anyway, because it's saying do what you can, right? It said once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, which this is the manifestation, this is you putting forth the effort, then give the rest up. The empress is like becoming a chalice, right? She becomes the chalice and says, all right, I've done all I can, now I need you to do this, and then spirit brings it. So it's that wonderful balance of your divine and masculine, divine feminine, divine masculine energies coming in. Their advice is do what you can with your own energies. And once you've done what you can and there's nothing else that you can do, then you hand it over and you surrender and then allow that to come. So it's not either or, it's and. And so I like that for you. So that's what the advice that they have for you, Alice. I like it. I like it. I like it. You have assistance available, and you have capacity and capability as well. So I like it. Yay, yay, yay. All right, everybody. Well, that is, wow, I can't believe it's almost been 3 hours. Time flies by, and I appreciate all of your hunger and thirst for spirit. Before I sign off, though, I do want to make sure everyone knows every Monday I do have a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 4 personal recorded readings, so it's not too late. You can check out this video to see how you can get into those drawings. Also, each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this last week's was what you need to know about love right now. So I also have a ton of other pick a cards available on my main page, my playlist, if you want to check any of those out, if you're looking for some additional messages. And then also each month I put out readings for each individual zodiac sign for the entire month. So you can check out that playlist there as well. So I like it. I like it a lot. All right. And I think that is everything. So, thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. It does help spread the Zen love. And so, thank you for being part of the love tsunami. And please know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. I am here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I'll be out of pocket for a couple days, but be sure to check out, the giveaway video tomorrow, and then Tuesday I'll be putting out the next giveaways for the following week. So I will see you guys soon. Till then, much love to you. Have a great rest of your night or day, wherever you're at in the world, and we'll see you soon. You guys take care.